Hi, this is Daniel Parmigiani, author of The Magnificent Truths of Our Existence, a book about the spiritual realizations that not only saved my life, but also led me to discover the way to real and permanent happiness. Today, I would like to talk about the real requirements for happiness. Now, isn't it funny how we know so much about stuff that hardly matters and so little about the things that really do? We know far more about the biological properties of single-celled protozoans than we do about the conditions that create true fulfillment. We understand the physical forces that rule galaxies light years away, and yet we're in the dark about the real factors that rule our own feelings. In our helpless, ignorant state, we understandably adopt a passive role and allow society and the media to guide us towards happiness. Drive a Mercedes-Benz and you'll have that special feeling, say the TV commercials. Get the latest iPhone and you'll feel great. Be the next American Idol and you'll have it made. The right job, the right spouse, the right neighborhood, the right shoes will make you happy. If that doesn't work, then what you need is more. More money, more houses, bigger stuff, more sexual conquest, more Twitter followers, more. I think we can all agree. The modern quest for happiness can create abundance and riches outside, but leave mostly emptiness and poverty inside. Granted, we're experts at extracting pleasure from food, comforts, and sex, but when it comes to finding real fulfillment and well-being, we're missing the point at a very basic and fundamental level. So what are we missing? What is the key, the real key to happiness? We can quickly figure it out from a simple, everyday situation. Think of a time when you were stuck in a nasty traffic jam. If you were to look around and study the drivers surrounding you, what would you see? Typically, you would find at least a few people who look like they're ready to kill somebody. At the same time, you might also catch someone just singing along to some music, la 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 la, lost in her own little world, completely oblivious and undisturbed by what's going on outside. From this simple everyday situation, we can gather a useful insight. How we feel depends not on the situations, the circumstances, or the people in our lives, but on how we perceive them. It all depends on our interpretation. When we perceive something like a traffic jam as disruptive or unfair, we experience anger and frustration. But if we see that same traffic jam as an opportunity to, say, learn some Italian by listening to a CD, we might actually enjoy the delay. Regardless of whether they are correct or not, it is our interpretations and our interpretations alone that create every single non-physical feeling we experience, both positive and negative. In general, all mental pain results from the perception that there are things that are wrong or missing in our lives. In other words, we suffer when we believe that we or the things that surround us are not good enough or shouldn't be the way they are. So what happens when we hold the opposite belief? How will we feel if we understood without a doubt that there's really nothing wrong or missing in our lives? Happiness results from the perception of harmony or order in our lives. It is the awareness of what I call existential harmony. By extension, absolute and permanent happiness, the state of complete inner peace, fulfillment, and satisfaction that we ultimately long for, is the automatic result of perceiving ourselves and our existence as already being in a completely harmonious state. The Magnificent Truths of Our Existence explains exactly why the harmony that we so desperately seek to create in our lives already exists and only needs to be recognized. This book will show you how to interpret yourself and the world around you so that you can experience complete inner peace and happiness right now. More importantly, however, you will also see why such an interpretation is actually the only correct one. Thanks for listening, and may these truths bring you the perfect happiness, love, and inner peace that you so rightfully deserve.